You're watching First Alert 7 News at 9 on the CW and live on YouTube with Lauren Munt and weather with Tom Tiefertiller.
I feel like nobody is really listening to what we're saying.
We can't hit pause on growth and development of privately held land just because we didn't get ahead of it.
It is a great location for a community center to be located.
Last week, we told you about a group of neighbors in Midland who claim the town's new YMCA will have a major impact on their roads. Today, that group made their voices heard at a Midland City Council meeting. We'll tell you more about that meeting in just a few minutes. Thanks for joining us for First Alert 7 News on the CW, and thanks to those of you joining us live on the CBS7 YouTube. I'm Lauren Munt, and we start tonight tracking crime. A Midland man was arrested on Friday for allegedly sexually assaulting a 4-year-old girl. Our media partners at the Odessa American obtained those details. 35-year-old Malcolm White was accused of the assault in February, but he was arrested last week after a warrant was issued. According to the report, White went into a hotel with a friend and her young daughter. The woman says when she woke up, she saw White assaulting the 4-year-old girl. Odessa police say the girl confirmed the encounter. White is still in the Ector County Jail as of last check with a $150,000 bond. And the Big Spring Police Department was called about an animal cruelty case on Monday. According to a news release, 2 people witnessed the crime near Crossroads Housing Development in the 200 block of Northeast 7th Street. Officers were told that 64-year-old Alvin Williams was driving a Ford F-150, while 67-year-old Marilyn Williams was holding a leash and dragging a German Shepherd behind the truck. According to the release, witnesses in the area took the dog while the 2 suspects drove off. Police conducted a traffic stop and arrested Alvin and Marilyn. They're both being charged with cruelty to an animal. We've got continuing coverage now for you on a story out of Midland. Today, the city passed a specific use designation for the new YMCA location on the northwest side of town. The vote came after a tense city council meeting. 13 members of the community took to the stand to voice their opinions on this controversial topic. 8 spoke in favor of the new YMCA, while 5 citizens expressed concerns. Among those concerned are residents of the nearby neighborhoods who are worried that their roads can't handle the traffic the YMCA will bring.
We would love to see the YMCA put in another location. This is just not the place. All these things are, we're going to. This is important to us now. We don't have 3 years. We don't have 5 years. And it just feels like everywhere we've turned, city council members, they're not really having our back as a neighborhood. It's very apparent, whose side they're on in this fight.
Now, the city says that efforts are being made to ensure the safety and infrastructure improvements necessary to accommodate the new YMCA facility.
We can't hit pause on growth and development of privately held land just because we didn't get ahead of it. We have to do the best that we can, use the revenues that are available to us and the solutions that we can to expand infrastructure, water, sewer, and roadways to meet the needs and the demands of our community.
Going forward, the Midland Development Corporation and the City of Midland are working together to finalize design plans to improve infrastructure and ensure the area's safety. The new YMCA facility is expected to open next fall, and residents in the affected neighborhoods say that they will remain vocal about their concerns. In some travel news, the Texas Transportation Commission voted to approve its Unified Transportation Program. According to a news release from the Permian Basin Metropolitan Planning Organization, this package will make improvements to roads in West Texas. There will be a new interchange at Loop 338 and 87th Street, widening of State Highway 158 from Wadley to Briarwood, and partial funding for a new interchange of State Highway 191 and County Road 1250, as well as improvements on Loop 250 between Midland Drive and Midkiff. And multiple volunteer fire departments have received a major check donation today thanks to Encore. Greenwood Volunteer Fire Department, Northeast Midland County, West Odessa, Andrews, Gardendale, Howard County, and the Monahans VFD were gifted $25,000 from the company. The funding will be used to help train firefighters and buy equipment for the fire department.
Basically, they're reaching out to a bunch of volunteer fire departments throughout the Permian Basin, west and north of us, to better our departments with new gear, new equipment, nice fire trucks, the fuel to get those fire trucks going, and the lights to keep our station running.
Encore says that they picked these departments because of their volunteer status and community value. A total of 26 departments across the Lone Star State also received donations. We're going to take a pause now and talk your weather forecast with Chief Meteorologist Tom Teefer-Teller. Tom, I can't express just how happy I am that it's so much cooler, and it's going to continue to get that way for the rest of the week, right?
Yes, and we're going to see the addition of more rain in our forecast thanks to a couple of cold fronts arriving this Labor Day weekend. Everything calming down for tonight, even though we still have that upper level low. You can see it spinning with the clouds back in this location across the Concho Valley. So it's going to be a player in our weather forecast tomorrow, bringing some more isolated showers and thunder showers into the forecast. Who can complain with these temperatures? Average high about 93, 94 degrees this time of the year. We're right on the money with that. And it's a big improvement over what we saw yesterday, 90 even down towards the Alpine area. And taking a look at temperatures currently, we're cooling off quite a bit. Very comfortable out there into the mid to upper 80s in many locations, but still some 90s hanging on. Monahans, Wink, and also down towards Presidio, Big Bend this afternoon and this evening, as we are seeing humidity levels come back up a little bit across the area. So again, just a touch of humidity in the forecast overnight tonight, but temperatures will be dropping down into the lower 70s. Looks like coming up first thing in the morning, and then we'll be dealing with that again cold front arriving late in the week. Could bring some rain showers to the forecast for the Labor Day weekend. More on that and more on some nice temperatures coming up here in a few minutes.
Thank you, Tom. Today, Ratliff Ranch Golf Links was filled with golfers and volunteers all there to support the Midland Baptist Crisis Center. The event was hosted by the Permian Basin Apartments Association as their way of giving back to the Crisis Center. According to the president of the PBAA, over the past 2 years, the Midland-Odessa area has had 17 fires that have forced people out of their homes. The Midland Baptist Crisis Center helps those involved by providing food, shelter, clothing, and other necessities for the residents.
Today, we're willing to donate a minimum of $4,000 to the Baptist Crisis Center for their continued community outreach.
If you missed the golf tournament, don't worry. The PBAA will have lots of opportunities to support Midland Baptist Crisis Center, including a school supply drive, a canned food drive, and a clothing drive. And we are a few days away from the start of the 2024 high school football season. Yesterday, we heard from our Odessa schools. Today, we're switching it over to the Tall City, starting with the Midland Legacy Rebels. The Rebels enter the 2024 season fresh off of their 6th straight district championship. Last season, the Rebels defeated El Paso Montwood and Ulysses Trinity before falling to Allen in the regional round. It'll be a rematch for the Rebels this Friday when they face Allen to kick off the season on the road. Game time is 7 o'clock. And the Rebels won't be the only team in Dallas, Fort Worth area. Later this week, OYB Midland High will be on the road in South Lake Carroll to open up the 2024 season. Midland High finished the 2023 season going 9-3 before falling to Byron Nelson in the area round of playoffs. Midland High started the season 8-0 last year, and they're hoping they'll get off to a hot start this season. In TAPS, the Midland Christian Mustangs will be in Graham to face the Steers in Week 1. The Mustangs finished the last season going 4-6. This will be their 3rd season under head coach Chris Cunningham, and the Mustangs will have a new quarterback this year, Avery Morgan. Talking education news now. For the 10th year in a row, ECISD has earned the Best Communities for Music Education Award. This award comes from the National Association of Musical Merchants Foundation. Districts are given this award when they show achievement for providing music access and education to all students. Over 8,000 ECISD students in grades 6 through 12 are involved in a fine arts program. And this weekend, over 100 vendors will be at the Permian Basin Fair and Expo. 30 of those will be dishing out all your favorite sweet, savory, and of course, fried fair foods. Among those 30 is Cooper Concessions, one of the longest serving vendors in the Expo's history. In 1997, the fair favorite only sold turkey legs and curly fries. Now in 2024, they're offering so much more.
We have funnel cakes, hand-dipped corn dogs, pork kebabs, smoked boudin, fresh squeezed lemonade. We have ice cream, fried peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. We have fried Twinkies, fried Snickers, all of the fun, exciting, no fat included food.
You can try some of the Cooper's food and so much more at the Permian Basin Fair and Expo, which opens this Friday at 5. And Labor Day is just around the corner. Balmorhea is gearing up for their first Labor Day parade. The theme of the parade is honoring workforce heroes past, present, and future. The event is set for this Saturday at 10 a.m. and the parade lineup begins at 8 a.m. at Gray Park. There will be a couple different floats highlighting the community and its historical achievements. Following the parade, there will be activities like the washer tournament, local food trucks, vendors, and live music. All new at 9, today the Nonprofit Management Center announced the retirement of Executive Director Lori L. Johnson after 19 years of service. Under Lori's leadership, the NMC has grown significantly, impacting countless nonprofits and the communities that they serve. Her passion for nonprofit work and her commitment to excellence have left an undeniable mark on the organization and the broader community. The event took a look back at all that Lori has done for the organization, something that she prefers not to brag about.
She probably didn't brag. I know that there's so much more, launching so many of our programs, Generation, NELC, everything that we do, we can almost see it's her fingerprints in what we're doing.
As for Lori, she says she's only considering herself semi-retired, as she wants to continue working with nonprofits and can't wait to see the Nonprofit Management Center continue to grow.
I really want people to know the good work that the Nonprofit Management Center does. And it's not because of me, it's because of everybody that's been there, the growth we've had. And I talk to people across the country and they all say, we don't have anything like this to help our nonprofits. And so I really want people to know and understand what the Nonprofit Management Center means to the community.
Congratulations, Lori, on your retirement. Coming up, a landmark effort by the Biden administration to offer 500,000 undocumented migrants a path to U.S. citizenship has been blocked. We'll tell you why next. A federal judge has temporarily blocked a landmark effort by the Biden administration to offer 500,000 undocumented migrants who are married to American citizens a path to U.S. citizenship. Natalie Brandt reports from Washington.
When President Biden announced his executive action in June, he called it a common-sense fix for undocumented immigrants married to American citizens.
This action is a better way. It doesn't tear families apart while requiring every undocumented spouse to fulfill their obligations under the law.
But today, the program is on pause after a federal judge in Texas temporarily blocked it. It followed a lawsuit by 16 states with Republican attorneys general. President Biden's policy allowed unauthorized immigrants to apply for temporary work permits and have deportation protections if they're married to a U.S. citizen and have lived in this country for at least 10 years.
They are members of the community, contributing both economically and in the job market. So it's an unfortunate setback for them and for the administration.
Musafir Shishti is a senior fellow with the Migration Policy Institute. He describes the challenges those spouses had faced under congressional law.
They're supposed to leave the country and get their green card from traveling abroad. So that's obviously a huge inconvenience and separates families.
President Biden introduced the policy after a separate executive action he announced to limit asylum seekers at the southern border. That was met by major pushback from progressives.
In the absence of congressional action, the border remains a top election issue.
We will seal the border, stop the invasion, and launch the largest deportation effort in American history.
While this latest challenge plays out in the courts, the Department of Homeland Security confirmed Tuesday the agency will continue accepting applications for Biden's spousal policy, but it had stopped approving cases. Natalie Brandt, CBS News, Washington.
Well, some nice changes are in store for West Texas in the way of temperatures and rain chances. We're going to talk about that coming up next.
Now, from the First Alert 7 Weather Center, here's Chief Meteorologist Tom Tiefertiller.
Well, we are looking at some changes coming up to our forecast in the way of some cool fronts. First cool fronts of the fall season may be arriving this weekend. Now, as we take a look at the satellite and radar view, again, still dealing with this upper level low. Now, a lot of the shower activity is winding down for tonight, as usually it's driven by daytime heating. But this is going to move a little closer tomorrow, so that's going to bring some more rain showers into our forecast. Pretty quiet evening out there. A couple of clouds is about it, with temperatures into the mid to lower 80s now. Still hanging on to some 90s across the western Permian Basin, but we're all the way down to 79. Nice in Fort Davis there. As we take a look at the weather makers right now, we are seeing that we do have, for the most part, this upper level low again spinning across portions of central into west Texas. Also, there's a pretty good flow of monsoonal moisture out there moving in across parts of the western part of West Texas into far west Texas. Kicked off some showers a little bit earlier as we looked at mostly showers, thunder showers starting to wind down for tonight. Had some activity across portions of central and east Texas too this afternoon. Put a dent in temperatures, kept them into the lower 90s, still looking at triple digits, so out towards Del Rio. And we're up to 102 a little bit earlier in and around Laredo, but then again, things have cooled down a little bit across the area. Take a look at the futurecast, showing you that we are going to wake up to a couple of clouds here and there, and then some showers, even some rumbles of thunder starting to form up by the afternoon hours. And then that'll start to wind down a little bit later on in the day. Moving the clock ahead towards Thursday, it looks like another repeat performance of the isolated showers, thunder showers in the forecast by the afternoon hours, setting up a little bit further west, it looks like, into the mountain areas and across portions of southeast of Mexico. So for the rest of tonight, temperatures down around 70 on the overnight low, and tomorrow upper 80s on the way with an isolated shower, thunder shower in the forecast. More of that on the way on Thursday, so we're calling for a 20% chance. Then we kick up the rain chances due to a cold front arriving late on Friday into Saturday and Sunday. It looks the first front should arrive on Friday, the second one on Sunday, and again, keep the rain showers, thunder showers in mind for Friday night football and also any outdoor plans you might have coming up this Labor Day weekend. But look at those temperatures sliding down all the way to 80 by Labor Day.
Up next here at 9, LULAC is calling for an investigation into Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton. Why they're pushing for this investigation and what the AG's office is saying about it. Up next. A voting rights uproar in Texas. The largest Latin American civil rights organization wants a federal investigation of the Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton. They're claiming his office authorized illegal searches at the homes of volunteers. Ken Paxton says that he is investigating alleged election fraud and efforts to register non-citizens to vote. Omar Villafranco is in San Antonio with more.
It is evident through his patterns of lawsuits, raids, searches, and seizures that he is trying to keep Latinos from voting.
Members of the League of United Latin American Citizens had strong words for Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton on Monday.
I just have a message for that Attorney General. You can come get me. You can do whatever the hell you think you want to do with me, but we're going to fight back.
It comes after Paxton announced an investigation last week into allegations of election fraud and vote harvesting, which began in 2022. The Attorney General's office said it had uncovered enough evidence to obtain search warrants, which they executed last Tuesday across 3 different counties. LULAC denies any wrongdoing. The organization sent a letter to the Justice Department, first obtained by CBS News, asking it to conduct an investigation into the Attorney General's actions, calling them, quote, a serious violation of the civil rights of Latino citizens.
They scared the hell out of me.
87-year-old Lydia Martinez says she was among those targeted by the search warrants. The longtime LULAC member helps senior citizens register to vote.
I feel that they're going to stop a lot of us from going out and doing our work, and that's what they want.
She said officers questioned her for hours, confiscated her phone and computer, and made her wait outside as they searched her home.
I said, let me get dressed. And she said, oh, go outside.
What were you wearing?
My nightgown, and I had all these policemen around me. It was embarrassing, humiliating. I was so angry. It was horrible.
Lydia Martinez says she's been involved in politics for decades and that she's never been involved in any voter fraud. We reached out to Attorney General Paxton's office for comment, but did not hear back. Omar Villafranca, CBS News, San Antonio, Texas.
Well, before we go, we want to take a look at that First Alert 7 10-day forecast once again, show you those nicer temperatures that are on the way. 89 tomorrow, right about 93 on Thursday, as we'll see an increase in some isolated showers in the forecast, but the real rain chances with a front that's going to roll in coming up on Friday afternoon, so maybe dodging a shower, thunder shower for area football games that are kicking off this week. And then this weekend, looks like even another front on the way. It's going to drop temperatures just a little bit and put some more rain into the forecast. So keep that in mind with your outdoor Labor Day plans.
Tom, I've prepared. I've brought soup, all the ingredients for soup.
There you go.
So I'm super
ready for
excited
fall.
for it. Thanks for joining us tonight. We'll see you at 10.